Marc Emery was out on bail since last November 18th, and he had hoped to get another extension on his bail, hoping the Minister of Justice would refuse to extradite him, or at least put off the decision until later. But on Monday, when Marc turned himself in as his bail requirements were stipulated, the minister made the decision shortly thereafter to extradite him to the United States on all 3 counts, even though Marc had agreed to a plea deal on just 1 count, which should be sufficient. A 5-year sentence, far more punishment than anyone deserves, but much better than the life sentence Marc was facing.
So he went in yesterday morning at 9 a.m., and where exactly is he in the United States?
Well, he's currently still here in Canada, waiting to be transferred to the border. So there's paperwork that has to happen and arrangements for marshals to come pick him up. So he's at North Fraser pretrial, where he was held before for a few weeks. It's a supermax facility, so that's not really fun, but everybody there still remembers him from his last time, and everybody's a fan of Marc Emery, so they're treating him well as prisoners can be treated. I guess in a week or 2 we will see if Marc gets sent down. I don't know when it'll happen, but he'll be held in Seattle before being sentenced and then sent to wherever he's meant to go.
You just talked to Marc on the phone?
Yeah, he called, so he was just letting me know he's writing a letter to me and just checking in on the day, because I've been doing interviews and lots of things are going on. So Marc is usually in the mix, like right in the middle of Action Central, right here next to me at all times. So for him to be cut off from the outside world, to not see the news and to not see the activism and the support that's coming into me, I'm sure that's difficult for him, and I try to convey to him all the love and support that I've been receiving. But his marching orders are to take action and to not just feel bad, don't just make a phone call, but he wants people to, really get up and get involved, get on the street, hold up a sign, even by yourself, because one individual can change the world.
And what kind of responses have you been receiving? Is it email primarily?
Well, a lot of emails and Facebook messages. Somebody came in and dropped off a bunch of tulips for me. She had tears in her eyes when she said she was just so heartbroken to see me without Marc beside me. And a lot of people who are married, they think of their loved one being sent away, and that's very difficult. And it just reminds me that I'm only one of so many thousands of women who have lost a loved one to prison, and a lot of men have lost their wives to prison. So many people are suffering even far worse than I am. I've got support from around the world, from Australia and Colombia and everywhere. So that's pouring in, and that keeps me going. But I know I have to represent all of the women out there who don't have a name and don't have a face that anyone recognizes, and I have to end this drug war so they can see their loved ones again.
And how are you doing? I mean, are you holding up?
I'm doing pretty well. A lot of crying, especially at home. It's extremely difficult to be at home by myself. My sister is with me, so she's there, but seeing Marc's clothes and having that empty spot in the bed, everybody knows how sad it is when your loved one isn't there. So that's really difficult, and I cried a lot, but I got to work right away too. So in between crying, I would be online and sending something out and then communicating with the rally organizer, and I've just got to keep taking action, because depression is the opposite of action. I mean, if I take action, I'm going to be busy. Time is going to fly. I'm going to get stuff done. I'm going to feel good about accomplishing things. Whereas if I just give in to sadness, that's going to drag out and be very painful. So for Marc's sake and for my own, I have to just stay strong and get to work, and I will be working endlessly to get him home and to end this drug war.
Are there any other questions that the media is asking you?
They're all pretty shocked. They want to know when he'll be sent away too. Most people are just stunned that the Minister of Justice would refuse after so much support, after 5 years with thousands and thousands of phone calls, letters, postcards, rallies, petitions. I mean, 3 members of our Parliament got up of different parties and presented petitions on behalf of Marc. So, he has a tremendous amount of support, and people are stunned that with this being a case about selling seeds, and Marc being a Canadian who never went to the U.S., And with the option of charging Marc here under our laws, why didn't that happen? So people are stunned right now and very upset, and I hope that turns into action, because I understand people getting disappointed. I'm totally disappointed, but, you know, if we give up, they win. So even if the struggle doesn't mean a victory in the immediate present, sacrifice now results in victory later.
Jodi, I wish you luck, and we'll keep in touch. I want to keep up on the story and see where it goes, and hopefully he'll be in your arms soon.
Thank you so much, Chris. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Bye now.